I'm going to tell you a story. But the first thing you have to understand is, time doesn't work the way you think it does. You can call me Oracle, because I'm the one who's talking. Welcome to the call. Oh, check it out. Little Dims is being extra stupid. Like, extra stupid. So this, I have designed a pocket dimension, or a Margavisma, a small universe, that gets intensified in how terrible it is for Little Dims for every single time it says that BS during my intro. I think this will finally... Little Dims has been, less and less during the intro, mainly because it's become more and more hazardous for it to pull its idiocy. But, this is the worst time to be pulling it. Alright, anyway. The Kama Sutra, Chapter 4. You know what? I'm going to do that in a different episode. I'm going to do that next episode. I'm going to talk a little bit, because I have the pages open right now, about Iblis. Iblis is the equivalent of the Antichristos, or the Antichrist, for Islam. Iblis has two different alternating origins in terms of the Puritana legend of Islam. I also refer, if anyone is Muslim and is offended that I say that, I also refer to basically all religious doctrine as mythology. I do it with Christians, I do it with, Buddhists, I do it with all of them. So just please, have some forbearance on that. But, so, there's a couple of different ways you can view Iblis, believe it or not. One is a very classical, he's almost exactly like Lucifer. That's one interpretation. In that interpretation, he is of a specific order of angels that is made from, as opposed to fire of the earth, like Jinn are made, that are made from a kind of poisonous fire. I guess you could say it's like radioactive fire, I guess. Or like toxic fire or something like that. But that's one interpretation. And basically, when the Jinn started acting wicked, Allah sent Iblis, who at the time had a different Dulanamen of Azazel. Let's see. So, in one interpretation, most angels are made from light. That's actually a pretty common thing, actually. Basically, they're equivalent of, song and light at the same time at a matched vibration. But, Azazel and the angels that were with him were made from poisonous fire. Nar Samun, and the Jinn were created from a mixture of fire. So, in this interpretation, the Jinn were created first to inhabit the world, and God entrusted them to govern the earth. And this is from Wikipedia, by the way. And when corruption increased among them, God sent an army of angels under the leadership of Azazel to punish them. After driving the Jinn away, Azazel grew arrogant. When God created successors to the Jinn and commands the angels to prostrate themselves before the new creation, Azazel refuses, claiming that he's better. Thereupon, he is condemned to hell. All right, so it is the understanding that Azazel is actually, I guess, the origin of the names Satan. Although that's actually probably more has to do with his role as, where is it? Alright, maybe we'll get to it in a second. Alright, so in the first version, he's cast down from heaven. He used to be an angel created from fire. God appointed him to obliterate the Jinn who precedingly inhabited the earth until they became disobedient and destructive. Consequently, oh, okay, I get it. So basically, so Jinn don't have bodies, right? kind of makes sense just inherently. Um, it's possible that in this cosmology, Jinn actually had avatara, like back in the day, like before humans had avatar. Is basically what I think this is saying. Like they had like meat bodies and stuff. I can be wrong about this. So anyway, so the Jinn became disobedient and destructive. This is important to know. Jinn have free will. They do. They just do. Um, Consequently, God decided to replace them with humans. When God announced to create a successor to the Jinn, the angels objected to that decision. When God taught Adam and showed the superiority of Adam compared to the angels in regards to knowledge, angels were ordained to prostrate themselves, or ordered to prostrate themselves. All the angels obeyed except for Iblis, who claimed that the command was unjust and refused to follow the order. Whereupon he was punished and relegated from the angel Malak to a devil, Shaitan, and expelled. So Shaitan is actually a word for devil in Arabic, which is where the word Satan comes from. We get the word Satan from like the Arabic word for devil. We just do. So in the alternative account, Iblis is not an angel, but is the basically the first jinn. And he was created from the fires beneath the seventh earth. He worshipped God for thousands of years until he was elevated to the company of angels in the seventh heaven. This account draws a distinction between Iblis and the angels by their moral capabilities, arguing that angels are incapable of disobedience, but Iblis was free to choose. Thus, only Iblis, being a jinn or a genie, was able to refuse to prostrate himself when Adam was created, and in doing so, he was expelled from heaven and sent to earth, where he sided the jinn and the devils. Now, this is actually a very interesting point in terms of angelic doctrine. Angels can't disobey. That's not something they can do. It's just not. Now there is, as I understand it, the reason that the fall was actually capable of happening in Christian theology is that, as far as I'm aware at least, Lucifer had the ability to choose, and he was unique in that respect, because he was literally the first angel that Yahweh sent for Gaiati, that he sang into existence. And so, being special, being like the first one, he basically, I guess, needed the ability to make decisions, partially at least, so he could lead the fall, I guess? I don't know, like, you're getting into some pretty, like, at this point we're getting into some pretty complex theological discussions of, like, Christian doctrine, once this is actually about Islam, but if you happen upon a jinn, heck, even if you happen upon Iblis, just be polite. I'll tell you why. Because here's the thing. Why would you be nice to Iblis, you might ask? It's pretty simple, actually. Because here's the thing. Just because someone isn't interested in, like, prostrating themselves before you doesn't mean that you should just, like, treat them disrespectfully. Now, that may seem odd to me for it to be saying, talking about the literal actual devil, but, like, in the case of Iblis, it's actually almost that, like, he respected God too much. How can you respect God too much? By refusing to listen to a request because your opinion of your own holiness, I guess, outweighs wanting to listen to Allah. Because the thing is, like, he was more than willing to worship God. He just was. He did it for thousands of years, like thousands of years. But he wasn't willing to worship humans. And frankly, I don't think he should have been expected to. Because the thing is, like, prostration is a lot like worship. Like, basically, like, God commanded the angels to more or less, like, serve the humans. Because, like, it's part of the deal. And some of the angels griped and moaned about it, but for the most part, they just sort of fell in line because they don't really have the option to do anything other than that. Other than just, like, make some discontented noise and then just continue going about their day. But, like, Djinn have free will. And who knows? I'm not saying it's like a certainty, because that would be idiotic to say it's certainty. But if you happen to cross Iblis, and you gave him a reason to respect you, maybe his opinion would change. It might not. And it would be like, it'd be silly to expect it to. It'd be silly to make an assumption to. But my point is, if you happen to come across a supernatural thing, like a tulpa, like something disembodied, like a ghost. I mean, once you establish who you're dealing with, obviously this doesn't apply to little dims, but still, if you treat them with respect, if you don't try to disrespect them, and if you do it by accident, you apologize. Worst that can happen is you have a somewhat awkward conversation. Part ways, hopefully not offend one of the most powerful entities ever. Because as far as I'm aware, Iblis is still around. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the article and see like, because like here's the thing. As far as I'm aware, at least. I mean, yeah, he's kind of supposed to be in hell, but like, how many stories involve Lucifer not being in hell? So many of them. So many of them. Oh yeah, so there is also a notion about Satan's monotheism, Tawhid Iblis, and this is exactly actually what I'm talking about. There's this like expression that whoever doesn't learn monotheism from Satan is a heretic, because the thing is, like, the adversary or the devil is someone with like Antima Bhakti. Like, he just is. He just is. There is no one that has the same amount of faith in God among any human than any given angel, because they've interacted with the God. At least in theory. So, like, why wouldn't the devil have the most faith in God? Why wouldn't he? He'd kind of have to. Anyway. Anything else interesting here in this article? La la la. I think that's most of it. La 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 la. La la la. Huh. Alright, anyway. Sorry, I got distracted by Wikipedia. Okay. So on a side note, if you ever happen to encounter Djinn, they love mint. You can do a Sakuroti, it would be nice for them. Don't go expecting a lot of wishes from them. Just saying. I imagine Djinni are actually like some of the most baller ever. But like, you know, people are always bugging genies for wishes. Maybe offer to do something for him. Maybe offer to do something nice for him. Funny fact. I'm not going to do the mantra right now because I'm not going to bore you by just sitting here and like, la 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 la, Drabana Basel sounds great. In the middle of a video, I'm just going to bust out another mantra. No, I'm not going to do that right now. But I think I might do a mantra for another episode and try to offer to like try to use my mantra to grant a wish to a genie and see if I can find one, because like it'd be nice to give a wish to a genie. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? I think it'd be nice. This is Oracle, I'm gonna sing myself out. Dream safely, wish safely, and thank you for watching. Until later, peace out.